Ooh, welcome everyone to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean, stacking the money green. And as always, Daily Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Use that promo code JUICE and a $10 bet turns into $200 in free bets. Either team scores a touchdown, good for college and pros. Restrictions apply. Hey, World Series. I'm rocking my Phillies gear. Go Phils. Going to be giving out some World Series picks you'll never have. You have no idea who I'm going to pick for this World Series. I'll be honest, even if the Phillies weren't in the World Series, I'd be all over this team. Before we get to that, let's get to the recap. 2-3, unfortunately, on the Thursday night action. First off, Bucks, and I think one of those was 2 units there, so down a few units. It's been an up and down week. Hey, we got to get right. We got to get right spot here this weekend. Bucks, I mean, they're just bad, right? I can break it down to you, but Tom Brady, 2 games under 500, first time in his career. I was kind of making excuses for him or just thinking like, hey, they're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. But I think Tom is a little over the hill. And he's really old. It's not surprising. And we can say it's the interior line. It's this, it's that. He's just missing some throws. And this, at least for me, was the first game where I saw it. And I'm like, yeah, this dude is not looking that great right now. What else did I have? Cade Otton, anytime touchdown. He got some targets. He got a couple targets late in the red zone. So, again, didn't hit it. It was plus 390. Not a complete bust. Would have liked to see him keep getting more involved. Not super efficient with him yet. He's not quite Gronk level yet. And 2 catches for 15 yards is certainly pretty far off from Gronk level. Washington State, they covered the number, but they did not get the outright win on the money line, as I was hoping for. Lost 21-17 at home. 10 points in the fourth quarter. They were coming back, just ran out of time there on the old clock. Shout out to Utah. That was a good. It's a nice win. It's not an easy place to win, but yeah, Wazoo covered with the points. But again, gave out the money line because I'm a gambler, baby. What else? Let's get to the winners. Did have a couple winners. Brady over 25.5 completions. He completed 26. That was a sweat down to the very last throw. That's the kind of bet I like. Mike Evans over 4.5 on the receiving prop. That came in. I mean. Really, he blew it away with yardage, 6 for 123. Got over the 4.5 receptions, but had to lay some juice on that one, unfortunately. Mike Evans, 6 for 123. Just this Bucs team, like the turnover ended up being the difference in the game. It's tough times right now for Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hey, not tough times for you. You got a free shot to win a Brandon Ayuk autographed jersey. That's right. Just go to youtube.com/bettingpros, hit subscribe, comment on this very video. You're automatically entered to win an autographed Brandon Ayuk jersey, courtesy of Pristine Auction. All right, let's do it. Let's get to the World Series picks and predictions. Maybe just picks. I don't know. Predictions. Sound like a fortune teller there. You'll have no idea what I'm predicting. Was that Disney World or Disneyland? Same difference. With my wife, guy I co-host Sports Gambling Podcast with, his wife as well. Just like waiting in line to go on Disney stuff, Halloween. Again, no surprise here. I'm not a massive costume guy, but going out of town for college football. Taking a weekend off to go watch college football. Thought I would do some Halloween stuff before with the wives there. And I was definitely that guy, just constantly watching the game on my phone, refreshing on Gamecast. The Wi-Fi was bad. It was in and out, but I came back, saw broke down a lot of the game film before we got to this. And man, Wazoo, you had such a good chance to win that game. Anyway, let's get back to the MLB picks. Phillies, game 1. Let's go money line, plus 150, 2 units there. I think Phillies have the better offense. I understand the edges you might think that the Astros have in the pitching game, but, Jordan hasn't been as good as he was early on in the postseason. Jose Altuve only has 1 hit this season. And Verlander kind of not been good in the World Series. 7 starts. He does not have a win to his name, although his team did win one of those games. 1-6 in those games the team was. I don't think he got the decision in that win. 5.68 ERA and 7 career starts in the World Series. It's going to be a little too big for you there, old Justin Verlander. Meanwhile, Nola coming in loose, road dog. He's been great on the road. He's actually one of those guys who has a better road ERA than he does at home. Only three even on his road ERA. And Aaron Nola in the one game against the Astros, 6.2 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. That's right, 6.2 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. And the bats are hot, and the mojo. I mean, I'm saving some of these points for the next pick, which is the Phillies to win the World Series, plus 200 over on WinBet. Getting 5 units down on that to win 10 units. Let's go. I know it sounds cliche, but this team truly is special. You hear the guys talking about their teammates. I love this guy. I'd do anything for this guy. You know, they had a stretch where they were on the road for 18 days. It's kind of like a nice bonding trip. Their bats obviously have been insanely hot, and the Astros haven't lost a game yet in the playoffs. Obviously, I think they're going to lose game 1 here tonight, Friday night, but the Astros joined the 2007 Colorado Rockies and the 2014 Kansas City Royals as the third team to sweep up to the World Series. Since they adjusted the playoffs, 7-0. Both those teams lost the World Series. That's right. Phillies just don't lose at home, too. I know the Astros fans. I enraged the entire city of Houston. I made what I thought was pretty tasteful Houston Astros trash can video, and every Houston Astros fan on Twitter came at me like, "That's up 40." I'm like, "Wow, you seem really bad." No, I'm over. That happened 5 years ago. Nobody cares about it. I'm like, look, I'm trying to get a little provoking going here. What did you want me to do? The Jose Altuve wearing a wire buzzer joke? Like, you haven't played the Phillies in the playoffs since that cheating scandal happened. All right, it's going to come up. So if you really want to upset anyone online that's an Astros fan, the trash cans, they have no room for that. But they're not mad. A lot of people will say a lot of things to you, but they're not mad. I just think this team, again, like I would have identified this team as a scrappy underdog. Like, they just check all the boxes, and they're going to win this World Series. Bryce Harper having an amazing postseason, and it just seems like once they got rid of their manager, brought in Philly Rob, this team has been a different team. And I've said it all along when we've been playing the Phillies, they're good off of a win. Like, when this team gets hot, they stay hot. I think their path is pretty decent. They win 1 out of 2 in Houston, and then I don't think they're losing in Philly. Not the way this team comes together. I mean, when they were down 4-0 to the Padres, there was no doubt in my mind. And I know it seems like a homer thing, but you can just kind of see it with baseball teams, and this Phillies team has it. So give me the Phillies to win the World Series, plus 200 on WinBet for 5 units. Also, I got to give you some props. Bryce Harper, MVP, super chalky, but even at 6-1, I think this is pretty good. Considering the Phillies are plus 200, you can get him to win the MVP at plus 600. I still think it's a value. I mean, obviously it's a little better earlier on in the week when it opened up at 750, but 11 postseason games, he's had 5 home runs and 11 RBIs. When the Phillies win this World Series, and I almost said if there, I almost made that mistake. When they win this World Series, it's going to be because of their bats. Like, they're pitching solid, but really it's the bats that are going to carry this team. And again, that's partly why this team is so fun. So Bryce Harper, 6-1 over on DraftKings. I got to leave you with the long shot. My long shot, Alec Boehm, MVP, 40-1. First off, it's a great story. I mean, we remember that viral video of, Alec talking trash on the city of Philadelphia after he made some errors. But kudos to him. And this is a great lesson for anyone. After that happened, he goes, yeah, I did talk some trash on Philadelphia. You guys caught me talking trash. Hey, I made a mistake. I was super frustrated. I owned it. He turned his whole season around, and now everyone loves him. It's a great lesson of just saying, hey, when you make a mistake, feel free to own up to it, and people will like you there. And again, he's had some clutch hits this season, including in the playoffs. He had He had a key RBI against the Padres, hit by pitch. Like, this is right out of Major League. This team is playing together. They're coming together, and they're going to win this World Series. Let's go, baby. So, Alec Boehm MVP 40-1, Bryce Harper MVP 6-1. 1 unit sprinkles on those. Phillies to win the World Series at plus 200 on WinBet for 5 units. Phillies to win Game 1 plus 150 on the money line for 2 units. Again, BetMGM, promo code JUICE. Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Check out my other show, Sports Gambling Podcast. Pick every NFL Week 8 game against the spread. You guys know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride. Go Phils!